LSU not backing down from the Southeastern Conference. The governor of Louisiana left a scathing statement yesterday afternoon, slamming the SEC, preferential treatment, saying it was okay for Diego Pavia and Trinidad Chambliss, but not for everybody else. Now you've got lawyers saber-rattling in Louisiana saying they want Greg Sankey in a Louisiana courtroom. And we'll see what he has to say about breaking Louisiana state law. That big hearing is coming up on Monday, in which the 33 players that got a temporary restraining order, they're looking for a permanent order. And that hearing, the NCAA attorneys will be there in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, to hear that.
Yeah, wait to hear the conversation with the commissioner on SEC Nation when we're getting our game day started. Hey, so commissioner, what you been doing here in the offseason?
Yeah, you played a lot of golf, read some books. What you been doing?
Go up to New York, get back and see folks. I've been dealing with a lot of attorneys. Lane Kiffin has been on the mind.
Maybe a time or two.
Fun times.
Joining us now from 107.5 The Game in Columbia, South Carolina. Also, Back Porch Sports, the podcast. Scott Hamilton joins us here on Three Man Front. Scott, hope you're well on this wonderful Thursday.
I just ate a turkey sandwich from Food Lion, man. Life is good.
Food Lion?
Food Lion.
We've done many shows from a Food Lion.
Food Lion, Food City, all those, all the food.
Food City.
Yes.
Now, I grew up in the shadow of Food City. We had Food City, and then I matriculated a little further south, and we have Food Lion. But the turkey sandwich in the deli, free plug, is undefeated.
Is it really?
We stood in a walk-in freezer when we went and did ours because it was August. It was about this time of year before a first football game. The feels like outside was 112.
Yeah.
So you went in the freezer just because?
Yeah, during the commercial
breaks.
During
the commercial breaks, we would step into the freezer.
The walk-in freezer.
And it was so hot, we didn't care.
Yeah, because we were outside doing a remote in the parking lot.
Okay.
Next to a smoker, by the way.
Yeah, next to someone that was doing, smoked meats.
I think it would have been better if one of you had been outside, one of you had been in the freezer, and it had been some kind of like charity fundraising initiative.
Well, it sounded like a carnival because all you could hear for 4 hours was the ding of remember the doors and the carts?
Oh, yeah.
Ding, ding.
Yes. Yeah, the doors opening, and then then people like all the,
So anyways, how was your turkey sandwich?
I'm about 2/3 of the way through, and I regret I didn't get any potato salad. They also have good fried chicken.
Man. Hey, by the way, because you live right down the street from Kevin Steele.
I mean, I was with you on the chicken sandwich. Potato salad, that's a little bold. Come on, Scott.
Kevin Steele, have you seen him at the local Food Line?
Well, not recently. I mean, I have in the past. It's our only grocery store. We don't have any. We have no bars. Well, we have bars. We don't have any hotels. We don't have any fast food. We have a Food Lion, a liquor store, some local bars and restaurants, and that's it. We got a resort, like with some condos. But other than that, man, I mean, I don't even have city water.
Was Kevin Steele, was he a buggy pusher? Was he full buggy? Was he like partial buggy? Or was he a basket guy?
He's a basket guy. We're basket people. You want to get in, when you get out, it's tight. You got the tourist here, so you don't want to dilly-dally. You want to get in, get out like Rambo.
Well, you have invited me up. How close are you to the water?
Well, the marsh is about 200 feet from my house, but if you're fancy, Kevin is on the water. He's on the inlet.
Oh,
you could be on the he's on the other side of the street.
He's got a nice little center console, I bet, doesn't he?
I don't think he does.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think he does.
He's old school. He's got the old rowboat out there.
He's just for exercise purposes. Yeah, his gym. He's got a really nice home gym. Linda's got a nice art studio upstairs in their home, and then like from here to the actual beach, about 3-minute drive.
He's still to this day the only guy that was able to slow down, not completely shut down, but slow down Joe Burrow in that 2019 LSU offense.
Yeah, but he got steamrolled by West Virginia, so we can't forget that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Scott.
I do want to get your opinion in regards to what's going on over in Ireland. Let's start there because Bill Belichick and his North Carolina Tar Heels, they're a 9-point underdog taking on TCU. What are you hearing in regards to Belichick? I know you've said on this program that you believe, mid-October, he's going to be gone. That's your prediction. Are you still living up to that? And what are people in North Carolina telling you?
that's kind of the sentiment that's been echoed. I was on a panel yesterday in North Carolina Public Radio, by the way. It was delightful. And that was the sentiment, that he's not going to make it to the end of this year. And we think we even heard Feinbaum say that earlier this week, that he doesn't think he's going to make it to the end of the year. I think mid-October. Look, man, they're going to Ireland, which in and of itself is a challenge. They're playing a team that's pretty good, even though they've got a new quarterback. Because Josh Hoover's gone. I think this is a really good TCU football team that's ticked off because they are having to break in a new quarterback, that their quarterback left went to Indiana, and they are positioned for some good things. And this is also a North Carolina team that got curb stomped by TCU last year in Chapel Hill. And they don't have a defensive coordinator, Steve Belichick, who's off on a personal leave, presumably some kind of medical matter. I don't know, make of that what you will, but I don't see how this could start off well for the season. And you look at the schedule, and I don't see too many opportunities for them to get wins where you could say right now on the 27th day of August, you know what? North Carolina's a better team. You got the general manager suspended.
Yeah, why was he suspended, Lombardi?
There's a lot of speculation. I mean, officially, it has to do with some kind of HR complaint filed by a former employee. And it was actually the university that suspended him. It wasn't the football program. It wasn't the athletic department. It was the university. So, I mean, you can go through his Instagram and you can find some cringe things on your own and come to your own
you mean the
conclusions about it.
likes that he liked on the Instagram? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, the optics of that aren't great.
He was not known for his acquisition of talent.
Wait, are you talking about on the field
On the
talent?
field.
Talent.
Yes, on the field.
Off the field talent.
On the field.
Oh, on the field. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. He might be quite the collector off the field. I don't know.
I saw who started for him at quarterback last year. No offense to Mr. Lopez, but come on.
Yeah, Gio Lopez was.
I'm looking at this schedule now. They got TCU. They got East Tennessee State coming in next week. Then they at Clemson, who's like a starving dog. They're going to do all they can to get a win. Notre Dame, not great. Pitt. I'm always high on Pitt. I think Pat Narduzzi, he usually breaks my heart, but I'm always confident in him. Duke's going to be pretty good. I mean, in all things considered. Miami, Louisville, who might have the best backfield in the country. Virginia won the ACC. So, I mean, come on.
That was
Not
fun,
great.
Bill. That was fun. Having him back in the college game.
Inexpensive.
Yeah.
And expensive.
Entertaining.
So if he walks away under his own volition, obviously Carolina won't owe him anything, right?
That was my presumption. Like, it would have cost him $1 million if he had walked away before last season. And there was some speculation about that it was all a ploy to get an NFL job. And he would have paid him $1 million to get out of his UNC deal to get an NFL job. But now I think it's just like, just go. Just go, man. We're tired of the FOIA requests that are clogging up our public relations and communication systems that are being filed by Jordan. Just go.
What's your prediction after he does go? I know he'd like to probably stay in football, but I don't know how many folks are going to be reaching out wanting him to be in their building.
TV.
Yeah.
I mean, he seems to do better when he's on TV now than he used to. And he's almost 80. He's almost 80. Dolly was 80. She passed away. So I just don't see what he needs to prove at this stage of his career. And it's turning from sideshow and carnival to just sad. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
And do you still maintain that North Carolina ultimately has aspirations of being a member of the Southeastern Conference?
100%. 100%. I don't think the ACC exists come 2032. When that buyout to get out of the grant of rights drops to $75 million. When that thing was first signed and put together, that seemed like a lot of money. Now it just doesn't seem like as imposing as it once did. I think it'll be the end of the road. I think that's the expiration date for the ACC as we know it.
But you're acting as if the Southeastern Conference is still going to be around because we're watching Lane Kiffin burn it down.
Man, how can – and look, Jeff Landry is a throwback to a different era.
Right.
You know, back when
Huey P. Long. Yeah.
Yeah, Huey Long, was designing the stadium and all this and directing the band and all that. But how can he, presumably a semi-intelligent human being, compare what's going on with pros coming back to college to the Diego Pavia case. That was totally a different animal. Diego Pavia never went to an NFL training camp.
Correct. Neither did Trinidad Chambliss. But they're going to use those two examples of how the SEC is now obviously going after, Lane Kiffin and LSU, which again, Commissioner Sankey, he gave a deposition against Bediako. Bediako was ruled ineligible. He couldn't play. He gave a deposition against Joey Aguilar. He's not playing. So, I think it's just selective memory for the LSU folks.
Well, and it's so telling that they, what Mike Slive said back in the day, when we come out of that room, we're all unanimous.
Mm-hmm.
And for them to come out 15-0 in one abstention speaks volumes. And it speaks to the dysfunction at LSU, because let's not limit this to only Joey Freshwater, Lane Kiffin, and what he's doing. We got Will Wade, man, who's basically scoping out all the professional leagues in Europe to stock his roster. There's something in the water there that has just gotten more toxic than it's ever been.
Scott Hamilton joins us from 107.5 The Game in Columbia, South Carolina. Also, you can hear him on Back Porch Sports. I want to ask you about golf. You have spent a considerable amount of time of your career covering the PGA, and Live Golf is in so much turmoil. They announced that they're about to start firing people left and right inside the corporate Live office. What do you see moving forward with Live? Will it be an entity at all? Where's DeChambeau and these other guys going to ultimately end up playing?
Back on the PGA Tour. There's no other alternative. I don't see how they can expect to compete in a professional ranks and be anywhere other than the PGA Tour. And here's the thing. At the end of the day, what this does is it made the PGA Tour better. It backed the PGA Tour into a corner where it finally had to reinvent itself and get away from the model it created in 1969. But unfortunately, also martyred Phil Mickelson. He was right. He was right. Everything that he wanted, they ended up getting. And he's the one who fell on the sword about this. And that's my only regret with it, that Phil Mickelson actually became a martyr when he's anything but a martyr.
What are you hearing on South Carolina football? I know we're talking.
Am I hearing?
Yes.
That was a weird pivot.
That was a weird pivot. But I was going back football, and it was something. It was because I'm hearing this
Squirrel.
This is the contrast. This is the contrast of the predictions. We're getting 5-7. Beamer could be out, or this could be South Carolina a la 2024.
Don't put a number on anybody ever being fired, because I hate when people do that. Oh, they got to win this many games. No, it depends on the context of those many games. Who you beat, who you lose to. 5-7, but beating Clemson has a lot of weight. Make no mistake about that. What I'm hearing right now is Lenore Sellers isn't taking any classes.
Yeah, he's at a golf course, isn't he?
He's at a golf course. You know what, though? And that's it. Shane stepped up and defended him yesterday about it. The kid's been on the Dean's list. I wouldn't know. 4 times. Yeah, I really wouldn't know. He's one class away from getting his degree. God bless him.
God bless him. Who's criticizing him for any classes? The fact that he goes to class or takes a class
you would be shocked.
Let's clap.
I mean, how many of these NFL guys about to play for LSU? How many classes have they been in lately?
You know what? That's something that we haven't spoken about, because let's say these guys come back from the NFL. They hadn't taken any classes in the spring. Well, they're not going to be academically eligible. Guess what? That's going to be more lawsuits. Oh, well, if I knew I could come back, then I would have prepared myself academically. This never would have happened. Well, we know it's bullcrap, but that'll be their argument.
Well, no, I'm waiting for the kid out of Shreveport, Louisiana, that was on that football team that gets cut, and see how fast his daddy files a lawsuit as little junior did not get a position on the football team and loses a scholarship. That's what I'm waiting for.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right, because people kind of lose sight that, yeah, they're going to bring in 5 or 6 guys. Well, thanks to the House settlement now, you got some real roster.
Yeah, you have
caps.
a limitation.
Let's be honest. If I'm in that tight end room right now, I've already put my name in the portal.
Well, you can't.
Yeah.
Good. I know, but
the guy coming in can, but you can't.
I know,
Yeah.
but If you're one of those guys, man, you got to be questioning, am I playing the right position, even the right sport?
Well, how can you talk about team and togetherness and one heartbeat and all that ad nauseum when your boss is out scoping NFL training camps, going to bring dudes in and kick dudes out? And I'll tell you what it reeks of. It reeks a lot of what Dion did when he first came to Colorado. It's the same messaging.
Good point.
It's the same messaging. And it's now just Joey Freshwater spouting it out. Oh, by the way, he didn't actually make that phone call to Monken, did he? Did he or didn't he? Who lied about that?
I would tend to believe Monken. I know I'm going out on a limb, but I'd say Monken.
Yeah, yeah. Has he ever had his desk swept by the FBI? Have you? I bet Pat has.
I can't disclose that.
Pat's
Scott.
been interrogated by the FBI.
Yeah, there's been some.
He probably has.
We're not sure if they got to the cavity search, Scott.
Pat has some amazing stories, and it's at the point where anything is plausible now. He could tell me anything, and I would believe it.
Yeah,
yeah. In a future life, it seemed like Paul Feinbaum always had us in the middle of something. We were kind of like the radio version of Lane Kiffin.
Yeah,
we were always in the middle of something.
I really connected with Paul because I told him I read One Night at Frosty's back in the day. Yeah. And that was the story that really got him. You guys are aware of the story, right? About he was allowed to tag along with Kenny Stabler.
Absolutely. Down in Selma.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that story in and of itself.
Paul in the back seat drinking beer, throwing beer cans out the back of the car.
They hit Snake. They hit Snake or something like that when they're in the bar, something wild. I need to go revisit that.
Yeah, because Kenny Stabler's agent, if I'm not mistaken, he was from Selma.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that's how Paul was down there.
I was the columnist in Winston-Salem and had a radio show when he died. And I actually had a local woman call in and tell me a story about when she, quote unquote, dated Kenny Stabler.
Oh, boy.
And it was something.
I bet it was racy.
It was racy, bro.
Yeah.
It was. I need to see if I could dig that up.
I've heard some of the stories.
That is Scott Hamilton, Back Porch Sports with Ronnie Sanders. Also, 107.5 The Game in Columbia, South Carolina. Scott, always appreciate you hopping on with us. We're going to let you get back to the rest of your Food Lion turkey sandwich.
Tell Coach Steele to take you fishing in that rowboat of his.
It's probably a canoe. No room for me.
Does he still get a check from Auburn or Tennessee?
Or Baylor?
Or the Panthers, or Clemson, or Miami, or Maryland.
Yeah,
that was a whole deal.
You ought to ask him what he's going to do with all of his old gear from all those schools.
I don't know. Maybe some Haitian kids are wearing them after an earthquake or something.
Yeah.
I was just thinking. Don't you remember when Lane Kiffin? You remember what they did with Lane Kiffin's closet out of his office? When he left for LSU.
Oh, they put it on the sidewalk.
Yeah, they put it on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
They had it hung up and they just rolled it out in front and they just said, "Hey, free gear.
Anybody wants any?"
If I weren't allergic to penicillin, I would go get those visors.
If I wasn't
I thought you were going to say if you had, maybe it was a Monica Lewinsky, dry cleaning situation. I don't know.
Hello. All right, guys. Thanks for having me on. This spot brought to you by Food Lion.
Does Lane smoke cigars?
Wow. She's one day younger than me.
Monica?
Yeah.
Hey, saw a picture of her the other day. She looks younger than she did back then.
She did.
She's smoke show. She's a smoke show, but everywhere you go, hey, Mom, Dad, let me meet my girlfriend. It's Monica.
I just could not, just knowing that.
Yeah. I'm not going down there. Classy show. I'm going to eat my sandwich, fellas.
Yeah, you can tell this is a really classy show. Thanks, Scott. Yeah. Appreciate it.
We'll catch y'all later.
All right. Thanks, Scott.
Enjoy. Everybody at Food Line, we said hello.
Yeah, please do. That's Scott Hamilton joining us here on Three Man Front. Man, that sounds really good right now.
What?
Like a turkey sandwich.
I don't even know.
Never mind.
See? Why are you going
I didn't know where y'all were going. This is my first day here, man.
We're going wholesome.
Where are you going?
Just the latest conversation that you had on the way out. I didn't know where it was going.
Mm-mm.
That's only on Fridays.
Yes. It's Fridays, not football season. We're very serious. All ball. Three Man Front as we continue.
We do have some more interesting legal news that we will share with you momentarily. I do want to tell you about DraftKings because something big is coming on September 2nd. DraftKings Game Day arrives with massive deals, exclusive deals, an all-day celebration built for sports fans. The countdown has begun. All roads lead to Game Day. The DraftKings Sports app is now live in all 50 states. That means Alabama, from Texas to California to Florida. Every fan is in on the excitement. One app, every sport, all 50 states. DraftKings' Game Day is yours. Remember the date, September 2nd. DraftKings Game Day is the kickoff of a new season, a new era, and the biggest day in sports history. Get ready to celebrate. New DraftKings customers sign up with this code, JOX945. Spend $5 to get $200 in rewards within 21 days. That's code JOX945. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click to claim issued in non-withdrawable predictions dollars that expire in 1 year. Terms dkng.co/predictions promo. Nationwide based on sportsbook predictions and free-to-play sports contest availability varies by state. I was just telling you, we do have a little bit more legal news, and this is very fascinating, Landrum. I was sent this. This is fresh off the court docket. There is a person in Brazos County by the name of Bryson Warren who has filed a TRO. And in this TRO, this is a former G League athlete. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm reading this directly. Now, remember, this person, former G League athlete.
Is it? What's his name?
Bryson Warren. Brazos County got the TRO. This is what the judge has ordered. It is ordered that the clerk of this court issue a temporary restraining order pending hearing on Mr. Warren's application for temporary injunction against the National Collegiate Athletic Association, its officers, directors, committees, agents, representatives, employees, and those persons or entities acting in active concert or participation with them, including any member conferences such as the Southeastern Conference.
So this is what the SEC, this is why they dug their heels in. Is asking what else is this potentially about? Or on the flip side, what is this about if you're LSU and fighting this? Texas A&M right now is benefiting in basketball.
So this individual, and this is the first time we've seen this, that has included the Southeastern Conference.
I would think that
in a restraining order.
But I would think that you would have you would have more guys that went, maybe not, but more guys, college basketball, that would be in this particular situation and be more likely to come back. I know it's hard to make an NFL roster, but to get on an NBA roster.
So the question is, does this apply to the SEC's new rule? Can it apply at all to the new rule by the SEC? And now we will see, because now a Brazos County judge has given a temporary restraining order, which includes that against the NCAA and specifically in this court document, the Southeastern Conference.
Well, there's one thing they can't argue is that the Southeastern Conference retroactively or whatever put those rules out. They're filing the TRO after the rules have been voted on.
So this is really the first clue that at least one judge is willing to consider conferences as acting in concert with the NCAA. And that will be something that obviously LSU and these players that are going to court on Monday, that will be part of obviously their defense.
So the Save College Sports, Protect College Football, whatever act that they're supposed to vote on, even if it passes, my fear is how much of this is gonna be wiped away in the potential of this.
Here's the other interesting.
I don't have any confidence. I think we keep getting lawsuits.
Well, here's the other interesting part to all of this. This whole case that I just told you about. So when this individual person had their attorneys file for the TRO, the SEC was not mentioned in the actual plaintiff's verbiage in the complaint. It was when the judge granted the TRO that he included the Southeastern
I
Conference.
just felt the need to add it and include it in there, which
Also, keep in mind,
probably a good idea.
the people that are representing the players in Louisiana is from a Texas trial group. So perhaps they know this judge, and this judge is maybe, okay, I'm familiar with what's going on in Louisiana, and now that the SEC has said that this is going to be one of their bylaws, maybe he is trying to be proactive in putting that in the order. So if you're going to put the NCAA in, he decided to put the SEC.
Can we check the phone records? Has Lane Kiffin contacted Bucky today? I wouldn't be surprised.
But see, so basically the judge is labeling the SEC as a subset of the NCAA. The NCAA has no authority over the Southeastern Conference. The NCAA, because of eligibility and because they hold national championships that the SEC participates in, but the SEC has plenty of bylaws that do not reflect that of the NCAA. So now the court is trying to say that the SEC is a subset organization of the NCAA, which it's not, because the SEC still can make its own bylaws, pass its own rules, and do their own things that is completely against the NCAA.
But if you're a member, is that what the, I don't know what that means.
But I think the lawyer is trying to say that they are acting in active concert with the NCAA. So they're participating in trying to hold these athletes down. Once again, this is what many people in Major League Baseball look at collusion back in the day when I'm not signing that free agent. Landrum's, got that agent and he's a jackass. I can't stand that guy. You know what? We're not dealing with him. And then all of a sudden all the teams say, you know what? We're not signing him just because of his agent.
Yep.
It's collusion. Then they're going to sue. So basically they're trying to say that the SEC and the NCAA, they're in cahoots and they're trying to keep everybody down and not giving them the opportunity to make money.
I tell you what, if there's an era of college athletics that screams oppression and keeping people down, it is this one. Give me a break.
Man, I should have went to law school.
There's still time. There's still time.
I mean, I feel like
Plenty of time.
I'm getting a pretty good hang of it.
No, I'm right there with you.
Focus in sports law.
Goodness
Law.
gracious.
It's insane.
If we start a firm, can we have desks that
Touch each other? Like
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
And
didn't.
you're looking there. It's like Wedding Crashers. Didn't they have desks like that?
Yeah, I just.
Yeah, they were attorneys.
It's just your prescription, right?
Oh,
I ain't know.
sorry. Yeah, you're
It's all good.
in the hand signals. No, that did not mean what you typically think that means.
It didn't know.
All right, we'll
When
do
somebody at the truck stop gets your attention.
We'll do some